The hunt for Waffenträger is underway. For those of you who haven't yet mastered the mode, we have put together some hints, tips and tactics to help you succeed in victory as a Harrier squad player in the fight against von Krieger. Step 1 for having the greatest chance of success as a Harrier player is to play in a platoon with up to 2 more trustworthy and skilled tankers. Effective coordination is key. Platooning makes this easier. At each of the 3 locations, we recommend that you divide into 2 groups, Alpha and Bravo. After you've divided, avoid a direct encounter with the Blitzträger at all costs. Remember that von Krieger can destroy almost any Harrier with just 2 of the 4 shells in the drum. Even though a Harrier can respawn in battle 2 more times, don't decrease your chances of winning. The engineer will try to attack the biggest clusters of Harriers. Use the 2 teams to split up, distract the enemy and gain a tactical advantage. Group Alpha should clear the Sentinels camp. Keep in mind that the Resistor's railgun ability not only increases damage against vehicles but also against internal modules. If you shoot Sentinels in the rear, they'll catch fire, which will help you deal with the camp faster. Railgun is not effective at long distances. We recommend using it at close range. At the same time, the Thunderbolt, with its increased rate of fire in siege mode, needs distance because siege mode will temporarily reduce mobility and decrease the ability to withdraw. It's best to fire using the terrain, excellent gun depression angles and decent turret armor. Let's get back to the groups. The task of Group Bravo is to distract the Blitzträger. In case von Krieger still decides to deal with Group Alpha, Group Bravo should go and clear the Sentinels camp far from the place of battle. Remember that it will be harder for the engineer to hit you if you're at a greater distance from him. And don't forget to maneuver. This will make firing at you more difficult. After the Sentinels camp is cleared, the plasma that must be delivered to the power generators will appear. It should be noted that picking up plasma for the first time will restore a part of all Allied vehicles' hit points. Next, without waiting a second, head to the generators. It's better to entrust the delivery of plasma to faster vehicles like the Foudre, especially since the Foudre has a ballistic dome that will help protect the vehicle from the Blitzträger's shells at a crucial moment. The ballistic dome will also protect it from stun, but be careful. It won't protect against damage from ramming or EMP burst. Also, don't forget that charge ability is available for all Harrier vehicles. The engineer can use teleportation to move around the map and between your groups. When von Krieger uses teleport, the Harriers will receive a corresponding notification about his intentions. So don't be surprised when you meet him unexpectedly while approaching a generator. When the Blitzträger appears, the best option is to disperse, defend the plasma and not get destroyed. Plasma can be dropped and transferred to allies. If plasma has been picked up, but there's no opportunity to use it to overload the generator, it can be used to cause increased damage to Sentinels. By the way, delivering plasma from the 2 Sentinel camps at the same time is a good idea. The engineer clearly sees who currently has plasma. He will almost certainly try to prevent its delivery. But when 2 vehicles are carrying plasma at one time, it will be much harder to disrupt the delivery. If the vehicle with plasma is destroyed, the dropped plasma can be absorbed by the Blitzträger. If plasma is absorbed, the engineer will restore a part of Blitzträger's hit points and reduce teleportation's cooldown time. As soon as plasma is near the generator, all Harriers should gather near the charge carrier. This will significantly accelerate the generator's overload. Von Krieger can use an EMP arrow that will stun and slow down the vehicle it hits. The engineer can use it regardless of whether the gun is loaded or not. As a close-range weapon, he uses an EMP burst that is extremely effective against big clusters of Harriers. Remember that stun resets the generator overload points. It's also important to keep in mind that EMP burst restores faster depending on the number of vehicles hit. At such moments, the whole Harrier team should make an important decision. Try to overload the generator at all costs or activate charge, leave the combat area and save plasma. The generator itself can serve as excellent cover from the Blitzträger's direct attacks, but it won't protect against EMP bursts. It can pass through the structures of objects. Every time a generator is destroyed, the Harriers who completed the generator overload will restore some hit points, and the engineer will become completely vulnerable, but only for 1 minute, so you should make the most of it. We strongly recommend getting close to the enemy in such moments to cause maximum damage, because the accuracy of the Harrier's guns leaves much to be desired. Cover damaged Allied vehicles and don't let the engineer reduce the number of guns firing at him. Most importantly, attack and keep moving to hamper von Krieger's aim. Use all your skills and cause as much damage as possible to the Blitzträger. Von Krieger won't be able to avoid this encounter because teleportation will be unavailable for some time. Also, when the shields are inactive, von Krieger's location becomes known to the entire Harrier team. Keep in mind that some time needs to pass from the moment the Blitzträger's vulnerability ends to the moment the generator can be overloaded again. Therefore, plan your attacks on the Sentinel caps carefully. After the shields are restored, the engineer will certainly be angry and want to take revenge for all the damage you caused. Stay alert and keep avoiding direct encounters. If the Blitzträger is playing passively, focus on overloading all 4 generators to permanently deprive von Krieger of his power shield and ability to teleport. Commanders, it's important to watch the battle timer. Each time you overload a generator, you will receive additional time to complete the mission. Even if the battle timer counts the last seconds and turns red, don't panic and don't give up. Focus on collecting plasma. If a Harrier is carrying plasma at the moment the time on the battle timer runs out, the battle goes into overtime. The extra time depends on the plasma timer, but it can't be less than 30 seconds. The battle will also continue if overtime has already activated, but you and the plasma are in the generator overload zone. The only thing left is to destroy the Blitzträger in the remaining time. All jokes aside, the engineer is a serious opponent, and with the right skill, he can deal with any detachment of Harriers. Let's go over his strengths once again. The gun with a 4-shell autoloader that can instill fear in opponents. Gun Knier. Each shell can knock out half of any Harrier's hit points. The reload speed of the magazine takes 13 seconds. Seem like a lot? Maybe, but the Harriers should stay vigilant even during these 13 seconds. The Blitzträger has good mobility, and in combination with its enormous weight, it enjoys an explosive ramming mix. Also, von Krieger has EMP arrows that can be used even when the gun is completely empty. It has a small impact area and causes little damage. It's best suited for calming particularly agile Harriers. EMP arrow, just like EMP burst, stuns the target, thereby resetting the generator overload points. EMP burst, among other things, can pass through the structures of objects and it affects the area around the engineer. This will be an unpleasant surprise for Harriers who decide to circle the Blitzträger, because such behavior will not only lead them to being stunned but also to losing hit points. Any mistake the Harriers make when capturing or transporting plasma can work in von Krieger's favor, because he is able to absorb plasma. Plasma absorption will both restore the Blitzträger's hit points and reduce the teleportation reload time. Speaking of teleportation, remember that von Krieger can appear in the most unexpected places. This includes any generator, especially when plasma is being delivered to overload it. A successful generator overload disables not only the Blitzträger's shield, but also its ability to teleport. Any engineer who ignores all the opportunities of their vehicle and aggressive combat style will be doomed to failure and become easy prey for the Harrier squad. Happy hunting, Harriers!